Okay guys, the mailman just left and the package is here with me. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Well, this is the RockTek G2 Android TV. This is one of the best sub $200 Android TV devices that you will ever probably buy in your life. And as we see right here is the 4K streaming box. It's a beautifully packaged piece of technology. A55 quad-core CPU, 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs eMMC, Mali G31MP2 GPU, 4K HDR at 120 frames per second, Dolby Vision Atmos, HDR10+, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.0, USB 3.0 plus microSD, and 1 gigabit Ethernet connection. Now the box here, these are kind of almost like 3D, I don't know what you call that kind of printing. Another detail, right? And on the bottom, the information here is an actual stickers, not just printed. So that means it's individually stuck on these boxes, and it has some weight on it, which in my opinion, this is good. This one and see how it lifts, and this is actually very pleasing. I'm not sure if you guys see, that just feels real quality. And here inside, we are presented with the device itself. RockTek, the best ever. I actually like that. It just, for some reason, it sounds cool to me. And now, let's take a look what's inside. First, let me take this one out before we fully open it. Put it on the side. Let's take this layer. This is, by the way, recyclable paper or cardboard, whatever you want to call that. Here. Quick start guide that comes with actual instructions. We have here the power cord, whatever you want to call that. And then here we have a HDMI cable that looks quite long actually that came with it. And it says high-speed HDMI with Ethernet. And now we have the remote itself. There's nothing else in the box. I like the little graphics they put here. I really like that. And silica gel. Do not eat it. It's not food. Here we have the remote. Very, very clicky and very high quality, if you ask me. I really like that. And the positioning of the buttons makes a lot of sense. Put them on the side and let's get to the star of the show today. I like this kind of plastic, by the way. Let me know in the comments, what do you call this? I don't know what kind of material that is. Now is the RockTek itself. This feels like leather. It's not plastic, by the way. Let me see if the camera will let us show you guys the reality here. As you see, you can push it down with the nails. It's almost like that leather they use on cars. And I like this RockTek in metal right here. But where this one makes the huge difference against the Xiaomi is on the ports. These are the big differences, in my opinion, that make or break one of these devices. Okay, let's go through them. On Xiaomi, you have the audio jack, HDMI, USB 2.0, and the power jack, of course. That is it. That is absolutely it. There's no other ports or buttons or anything else on it. Extremely limited. But now let's take a look at what RockTek G2 has. Okay, the power jack. You have Ethernet, which is missing here, HDMI, AV output, which is the jack, optical audio output, USB-C, and it doesn't stop here. Flip it on the other side. You have USB 3.0, USB 2.0, and microSD slot, plus 32 gigs of memory inside of it, or storage space. On the bottom of it, you have the recovery or reset button. And yes, that's the model number, RockTek RT G2. This is the real deal. This is how an Android TV device should actually be built. This one has Ethernet on top of having Wi-Fi 6 that you can catch your neighbor's Wi-Fi if you wish so. It has no Wi-Fi 6 inside. And one more thing here, it has an indicator, power indicator. When it's green, it's on. When it's red, it's off. This one doesn't have any such thing, and it's really sad that actually these are not cheap either. And in my opinion, RockTek really and seriously rocked when it comes to the Android TV industry. And with that said, let's check the remote batteries. Yes, it doesn't come with them, obviously. It takes 2 little AAAs, nothing really serious, nothing you cannot find anywhere. Drop them in, boom, put the cover back on, and you are very much ready to go. And here you will see there's a light that turns on. When it's paired, it turns green. This is your microphone, and yes, it has infrared blaster here to control your TV, so you can put it on CEC and control your TV, versus this guy here does not have it. This one is Bluetooth only, and that is it. Ends there. This is why I'm comparing it to my Xiaomi, just to show you guys what is actually possible. And let's say, and another reason I'm praising this one so much is that I have a few other Android TV devices that this one exceeds them too. This is an expensive one. This is the NVIDIA Shield. Look at the ports on this one, and look at the ports here. So on the NVIDIA, we are missing, for example, the audio jack. We are missing the optical audio out. We are missing the USB-C. And no, this is not a USB-C. It's a proprietary connector for the power. And that's all the ports we get on NVIDIA. Versus RockTek that adds more ports that you have right here. Or, for example, let's say, okay, maybe NVIDIA didn't go that far. Well, how about Roku? I have one of the Rokus here, for example. This is power port, HDMI, SD card, Ethernet, and 1 USB. So there is 2 USBs here, and there is USB-C, there is optical audio, there is Ethernet, there is all that stuff that this one still has extra on all of these. So we are talking about a Roku, a Xiaomi, and an NVIDIA being less than this one by itself. Not to mention, if I compare the other remote controllers, these are a joke. Seriously, these are, in my opinion, these are jokes. These are jokes. These are not remote controls. Look at NVIDIA. It's $400 device. It's not cheap. With all accessories that I bought it was $400. And this is the remote I get for it? Seriously, what am I supposed to do with this remote? Where are the functions? And yes, the volume slider is just a touch capacitive slider. Most of the time it doesn't work. Now the other problem is the batteries. It has those flat cell batteries inside that, don't get me started. And the other one, Roku. Okay, they tried to do a better job, but where are the other functions? Because I'm gonna connect it to my TV, and I need that CEC because I wanna command the TV too. Not only this one, so I have to have 50 remotes just because these 3 did not want to make a full remote. So this is why I'm saying it, because I have other TV boxes, including an older Apple, but it wouldn't be fair to include Apple here too, even though the ports that it lacks. As you see here, there's no USB, there's almost nothing. So all these here are nothing compared to RockTek. Do you see now why I'm praising this one so much? It makes more sense. The way they build it, the way they put it together to give you more options as the end user. I respect them for that. Now let's go ahead and check some functions towards a TV and what it does. And RockTek G2 is starting. It should not take more than a few seconds, and we will be ready to rock. No pun intended. The Android opening, and yes, I already signed it to my account because that's of no interest to any of you. We're just gonna go right in the device itself, and I'll show you some settings. Okay, this is the home where you have your YouTube and main apps that you would watch in regular. Here's live TV. Believe it or not, you can actually watch live TV right here. As you see, Dateline, NBC News, Mystery from Ion, and these are from Google TV. You can just go like you would watch in a regular TV, by the way. These are just beautiful. And besides that, you have Shop here that you can buy movies if you like to. These are the apps, and that's where you would go to download, for example, new apps. Right here, and you can just scroll through them and get what you need from these apps and TV shows and whatnot. Games are right here that you will be able to download whatever games you like. Let's go to the settings. And here's the network. I'm connected via Ethernet, of course. 2 accounts, as I told you. This is where you see your installed apps, whatever you like. And device preferences. These will be your settings. Let's go to About. Device name RockTek G2, and the version is Hailstorm 4.2.0, and Android TV OS version is 11. So you're an Android 11, and the security patch is April 5th, 2023, and I think they will have another one coming, but I'm not sure when. Date and time, language, keyboard, app key definition, which is your inside the apps, and you can check more information about them. Display and sound, HDR settings. You can go HDR, Dolby Vision, HDR Auto, but right now they're not active because I'm on a capture card, so expect that. Screen resolution, as you see, we are right now at 4K at 60 Hz, so that is good, and that's all I need. I leave it usually in auto. Screen position that you can change, zoom in if you want, zoom out if you want to. I'm just gonna leave it 100%. HDMI, CEC, so you can allow the TV to control this device. For example, if you want to control this device with your TV's remote, you can do that. Allow the device to wake up the TV. So this one I always leave on. So when I turn off this device, the TV turns off. But when I turn on this device, the TV turns on automatically with it. So that's great. And the device power off, that when this goes to sleep, for example, it puts your TV to sleep as well. So you can save energy. System sounds, and these are the sound settings. AC4 dialogue enhancer, this was great. I tried it on some YouTube videos. Guys, I'm not joking. Put this one on high, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you get one of these RockTek G2s, go to dialogue enhancer, and it actually does a great difference. Here's the formats that you can choose. You can do pass-through. By the way, if you have the device that's compatible with it, you can never use surround sound if you're just going with a simple speaker, or you leave it on automatic, and that's how I leave mine. And these are just great settings. This is the storage, by the way, 28 gigs, which is 32, but that's how it's written after the operating system. Home screen, you can rearrange stuff and video previews and all that. You have Chromecast built in. You have screensaver, energy saver, location, usage and diagnostics, accessibility, which you have other settings here with a high contrast. You can put text to speech, so actually every click of a button you will hear it if you're visually impaired, and that's actually a beautiful thing to have. Talk back and switch access help with the same thing that I just said, and the restart. And here you have where you add accessories, as you see, you will see later, where I add the HK Onyx Studio. This is a gaming controller right here, BBBT, and this is RockTek is the remote itself that came with the RockTek. And besides that, you can set up the buttons that you can change them on the remote. So that is beautiful. You can add a TV receiver or soundbar that you will control with this remote you have here in hand. And besides that, these are pretty much all the settings that we have in this device. Okay, now I could show you how it plays videos. I'm just gonna open it here and capture, but in a second you will see videos on an actual screen, how it would look on your TV. This is full 4K video on YouTube. Let me just put it again, 2160p by 60. That is just amazing, absolutely amazing, without a single hiccup and without a single frame drop. That is beyond anything that I expected from this device. And from this, let's take a look how it would look on an actual screen, because this would not be fair to you, because you might think that I'm just playing a video on the editor. And let me show you some videos straight from a monitor. And here's the video played on an actual screen, so it's not just on my capture card. Let's bump it up to 4K, and you will see it yourself playing without a single hiccup. As you see, it looks amazing. We'll probably jump to some kind of game, because yes, this device can actually play games as well, that you can just download them from Google Play, as I told you just a minute ago. And let me put this cable here on the extra USB ports that they provided. That is beautiful. And let me just straight up plug it to the PlayStation 3 controller without installing any third-party apps or drivers or anything. And see on the camera right there, the light is on. That we are actually in gaming mode right now without touching anything else. And yes, it can act as a controller as well, as a remote controller. You can, just go through your menu, and yes, you can connect other gaming controllers on this device. And let's hit gas. I haven't played this game in a long time, so don't expect me to be a stellar player here. But as you see, there is 0 frames dropped on this game. It's just flying through it, and the settings are on high. And as you see, the reflections in the asphalt and the reflections on the car, it is just absolutely astonishing to me that a tiny box like this can go this far. Now let's take a look at Beach Buggy here. And this is a game I never played before, but we're just gonna test it through a little bit to see the frames and the speed it plays. And that's all. I did a wheelie there, looks like, which is very nice. And let me grab some of these question marks, whatever they do, and let's throw one of them. I don't know what they actually do, but I'm gonna test it here with you. And look at the detail. Opa, here he goes. Anyway, look at the details of the game itself. Look at the wheels, look at the marks on the asphalt. And let's get out of here because we played more than enough right now. Let me exit this app. And as you see, on video, on settings, on everything, it just plays perfect. Let's try a USB with a video of mine. Let's go to our folders, and here's the video of me with a DeWalt stapler. And as you see, it plays it just perfect. So why am I showing you this one? Is that maybe you have family pictures, family photos, movies, videos, whatever you have, or even audio. You can put it on the USB from your computer, plug it to this device here, and it plays them up to 4K 120 frames per second without a single problem. At this point, we're just gonna add this Harman Kardon. It's an HK Onyx, and it's added successfully to the device. And we're just gonna play some music of my own, just to show you that actually the audio from this thing comes out crisp clean. And really quick, we're gonna play my own Omnitech music channel video that you can actually go there and use those audio tracks I provided for free. They're copyright free. It's the same tracks I use on my own videos, so I'll leave a link in the description for that one, and you guys can just have fun with it. I will never copyright them, so be free and feel free to use them all. Now, without wasting time, let's take a listen at this track right here and see what we are dealing with. And as you saw, the sound is really good without any crackling or breaking in the sound. And the reason I did that is to test the sound card of this device via Bluetooth, because obviously the analog and the digital ones work perfect, but I wanted to test the Bluetooth 5.0 capability, and it passed with flying colors. And yes, this was the RockTek G2 Android TV 4K. Guys, thank you for sending this to me, all you folk at RockTek, and opinions on this video were not paid by RockTek or any affiliates. They were only mine based on my own testing, and I 100% highly suggest this Android TV box if you are on the market to buy one of those. And you can use 10 Omnitech, number 10 Omnitech promo code for an extra 10% off on your purchase, valid until October 7, 2023. And with that said, I hope I earned your subscription and like to this video, and we will see you next time. Bye!